Hi, I'm Pamela from DIY Vibes. Thank you for joining me today. I want to show you guys how to make a Valentine's Day sign made with some sewing trim. So let's get started. What I love about this project is it's very inexpensive. I think I made the whole sign for under $12. This board here I got at Walmart for under $6. I also got this sewing trim in Walmart's sewing department. And then I ended up designing this heart, and it's the perfect size for the amount that we're going to use for the trim. And then the letters from Dollar Tree. I also used some scissors and a glue gun. And also not shown, I did end up using my E6000 glue, which is just a crafter's glue, or you could probably use Elmer's glue as well. So I cut out the heart, and I did end up using cardstock actually for this because I thought it'd be heavy, but I think you'd get away with regular printer paper. So then I unwound, there's about 2.5 feet or 3 feet of the sewing trim. It also came in ivory and it also came in white, which I think would be really pretty for the same type of sign. So it's kind of flat on one side and then it has these little rosettes on the other. And I decided to go ahead and start and kind of outline the heart first with hot glue and just go along that way. Like I said, it's going to be plenty of trim in order to fill the heart. And don't worry about the white showing through either. I didn't have that problem. And if you do have at the very end, if you feel like it shows on the outside, just trim it off. It's just paper. But it just makes it a little more sturdy to actually adhere to the board. So as I said, I started kind of doing the outline of it. And then I eventually was going back and forth, filling on the inside of it. I was also kind of pushing down in between the rosettes because it was really hard not to squish the rosettes down. So here and there, and after you end up gluing everything, you will notice that you might have to go back in and do a little fixing, a little fluffing. I tried to hot glue as much as I could down on the first try, but when you stand it up, you'll see when there's a little piece that might need a little more attention. So just did a little tuck and a little, right there. Um, but again, you'll know you can stand it up and anything that's going to pop out is going to pop out and then you can just go back and fix it. But just kind of scoot in between the actual rosettes and actually press down and then you'll get that nice and tight and just fluff it up and pull your little hot glue gun strings off and you should be good to go. So once that's one piece, then all you need to do is adhere it to the board. So you could pick which way you want to go. I kind of wanted to do more of a portrait size, that angle, the up and down way. So these dollar store signs are adorable. And it had 3 different phrases. And as much as I love the Valentine one, it just was not going to fit across. So I decided to go with the love. And as I mentioned, I actually first hot glued this down and it just did not work. I'm not quite sure because I didn't have any problems with this heart right here. I put enough onto the heart and maybe it's just because it's paper that is sticking to the wood and maybe just this, it's almost the letters are almost like a galvanized steel. But they just, I don't know, it just didn't work. So, you know how hot glue is, you can just peel off whatever I put on and I ended up using what I think is one of the better craft glues, which is E6000. So you'll see me applying it here. It comes in a tube. And it's just a crafter's glue. I just discovered it this year. So I have found that it's just a little better than Elmer's glue, but maybe that would work as well. One thing that you do have to be careful about with any adhesive is just that when you put it on, it's not going to seep under. So I was kind of like trying to get away from the edges and just kind of making sure that it wasn't going to overflow because I think it's going to be harder to get it off of the wood if it seeped from underneath. So I centered it and just pressed it and then just let it dry. So now you're ready to hang it or set it on a shelf. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you'd like to see more DIY videos, please hit the subscribe button below.